Muslim couple's been refused Swiss citizenship, and all because of a handshake or lack thereof.
They did not shake hands with people of the opposite sex. Religious practice does not fall outside the law.
The constitution and equality between men and women prevails over bigotry.
The couple is said to have shown a lack of respect towards gender equality laws and failed to prove their readiness to integrate in society. However, they do have 30 days to appeal the decision. It's a similar case to one back in 2016. Similar thing happened in Sweden. Then, a 24-year-old Muslim woman refused to shake a male interviewer's hand when she'd gone for a job. In fact, the meeting was then abruptly terminated because she didn't. However, Farah al-Hajjah won thousands in compensation at the time when Sweden's Labour Court ruled it amounted to discrimination. The incident split social media.
I've warned about this for years. They immigrate into our countries and refuse to integrate, and then use our laws against us to impose their religious laws.
They shouldn't come to a country and expect everything there to change according to what they want or don't want to do. If you come to a country, you should respect their culture. It isn't racist, it's common sense.
Lol, this isn't a law. This is just a customary procedure. She's not obliged to follow a custom that's against her religious belief. You don't have an argument.
Good. You can't force anyone to touch someone if they don't want to. She wasn't rude. The employer was rude.
Ellie, we got reaction both for and against the Swedish case.
You see, if you're an employer in Sweden, like the guy who wanted to recruit a young interpreter, and at interview, this girl refuses to shake hands. She has difficulties to talk to him because he's a man, because of her culture. That doesn't work. This guy doesn't fire her. He does not hire her. And because of that, he's obliged to pay 4,000 euro to that girl. When the Swedes hear that, they say, none of that here.
As I heard that the lady in Sweden smiled and made this gesture. We have to know that even Muslims should also act to the habits and to the customs of the country they're living, and if shaking hands is a gesture of respect, they should do it. But if someone is not shaking me the hand, but on the other side showing me that he's respecting me, he's smiling in my face, he's making gesture like this or whatever. So always also take the tension of this discussion away and try to find a way how we could deal respectfully with each other, accepting each other, talking to each other, and maybe trying to change some of these things in a positive manner.
Well, they should stop talking about respect. When they come to Europe, they have our respect. They have had our respect for all the time, but they should stop trying to influence society to obtain what their bigotry insists is absolutely necessary. You should adapt. Muslims should adapt. They have adapted for decades. This form of Islam is not welcome in Europe. That's the perception of citizens, and it's not only populists. I think it's something like 70 or 80% of the population who believes that, you know.
There are some values. These values are the respect, the freedom of speech, the freedom of changing their faith, the freedom to have my own decision how I live, but also the freedom of believing and the freedom of faith. So these are values that are in Europe. We should be proud of it, and we should fight to keep them, and not accepting anybody who is going to make any endanger our values and our democracy.
This issue with this young woman refusing to shake hands with a man, this is very much happening everywhere. And it's not emotional the way Europeans react. This cannot continue like that. Either they adapt and they accept the way we live, and they live with us and shake hands like everybody else, or else they can go back to their country.
The problem is, look, he's saying going back to their countries, and he can't just imagine that Muslims are Europeans and they are living here, maybe in the third or fourth generation. So stop to talk to us with this way, go back to your countries. Our countries is Austria, our country is Sweden, our country could be Belgium, it could be Great Britain.